Hello everyone and welcome back to Gurun's classes. Today we'll be doing the respiratory system of cockroach. Now when we talk about respiratory system of cockroach, say suppose this is cockroach, then the respiratory system consists of tubes. Okay, so those tubes are there which are directly in contact from the body, inside of the body, through the outside. Okay, and as a result air enters and exits out. So there is a network of pipes. So likewise in a house also we have the network of pipes through which water runs. So likewise network of pipes are there, which is known as the tracheal system. Okay, which is known as the tracheal system. So this is the network of pipes which runs. Fine. Now the body consists of suppose this is a cockroach, the body consists of small holes present at a particular place, and those holes are known as spiracles. They are known as what? Spiracles. Okay, and there are 10 pairs of such holes. Okay, 10 pairs of such holes. So that means 10 spiracles are present in the cockroach body. 10 pairs, 10 on this side and 10 on this side. Now where are those 10 holes present? Those 10 holes, the body of cockroach is divided into head, thorax and abdomen. Okay, now if you see there are 13 segments. 3 segments are known as the thoracic segments. Okay, and the abdominal segments contains 10 segments. Now the thorax is also divided into prothorax, mesothorax and metathorax. So this is prothorax, mesothorax and metathorax. Fine, you know very well. So this is prothorax, this is mesothorax and this is metathorax. Then we have is abdominal segment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fine. So now this is prothorax, this is mesothorax and this is metathorax. Got it? So in between the prothorax and mesothorax, one spiracle is present in between. So that means one opening is here, another opening is in between mesothorax and metathorax. Okay, so that means in between here. So that means another opening will be here in between, that is in the junction. Okay, then the rest, that means the rest of the spiracles are present in the in the segment 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, the 9th and the 10th segments do not have spiracles. Okay, so that means I can draw here. Okay, this is second, this is third segment, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. Okay, so total is 10 on one side, 10 on the other side. Okay, number 1. Number 2, if you make the spiracle, now I told you the spiracle is an opening. Okay, and from there it opens up into a large chamber. So this is spiracle. Okay, which opens up into a large chamber which is known as atrium. Fine. This atrium then divides or goes through a tube, and this tube is known as trachea. Is known as trachea, and to prevent the trachea from collapsing, okay, it contains spiral chitin. Okay, this is chitin. Okay, which is spirally present inside the tube. Okay, the trachea. Then trachea finally divides into small tube known as tracheoles. Okay, so they are known as what? Tracheole. And these tracheole are very thin. okay, and they are without chitin, and they embed themselves in the tissue cells. So suppose these are tissue cells, muscle cells, okay, fine. So these are tissue cells, you can write tissue cell. So that means when oxygen goes through this, when air goes through this spiracle, then it enters the atrium through trachea, it goes to tracheal, and from there oxygen diffuses to these cells. Okay, one more thing that we need to understand is, below this tracheal, below this trachea, there is one big cell, and I have drawn here also. This cell is very big along with the nucleus, and this cell produces some fluid. This cell produces some fluid, and the fluid fills this tracheole. The fluid is produced by these cells, and this fluid fills the tracheole, okay, and the atrium. I will tell you when, okay. Now, so this is spiracle opening, and this is atrium, this is trachea. So such structure is present, okay. So such structure is present. So this is spiracle, okay, and this is atrium, okay, and it diffuses. So that means there is a channel. A tracheal system is formed throughout the cockroach body on both the sides. So that means this is one side, then again from the other side also. Okay. So this way, when the air enters the body, then it diffuses to all the parts of the body. Next point that you need to remember is the number 1 and number 2 spiracles, they remain open, okay, they don't close, but the rest of the 8 spiracles, they keep on opening and closing. Fine. Next is the air enters the body and exits through inspiration and expiration with the help of a muscle which is known as sternum, okay, sternal muscle. This is the sternum, the upper portion. This is the sternum, the lower portion, and in between there is a muscle which is known as sternum sternal muscle. Its contraction and relaxation causes the air to move in and out. Okay, but if you see the in and out movement of the air, then the expiration actually is active and the inspiration is passive. Okay, how is because when the cockroach is at rest, what happens is that this cell, which is large in size and is present just below this trachea, produces fluid, and that fluid fills this tracheoles, okay, and this trachea, and comes in the atrium. Okay, as a result, the air from outside diffuses inside this fluid, and from the fluid the oxygen gas diffuses to these cells. When cockroach is at rest, when cockroach is in motion, all of a sudden what happens is this fluid, okay, is retracted back by the cell, and since there is a space created, oxygen, or that means air, enters through this, okay, through this tube and diffuses to the tissue cells. Okay, fine. And when the muscle contracts, okay, fine, and at that time what happens is that the air is inserted, okay, and then during relaxation, okay, what happens is that the air goes out. Fine. So that means what happens is that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 spirals here. There are 2 spirals here. Total 10 spirals are present on one side. 10 spirals are present on the other side. Okay. And then this is the tracheal or the respiratory system of cockroach. Fine. So dear students, kindly go through it. I hope you understood. This is the pro, meso and meta, and then the 10 segments, office 9 and the 10 segment they do not have, and only the tracheal system is important. Okay, just remember a few names: the spiral, the atrium, the trachea, the tracheole. Fine. And if you have any problem, you can contact me. Okay, so thank you very much.